I'm Amy from Doodle Dog Designs. I've had this wooden sign for many years now, and I've always thought I would like it better if it had black letters. So I am going to redo it. As you can see, it's a nice solid wood sign. It's nice and thick. So there's no reason not to just continue using this sign and just transform it. It feels like it has a wax finish on the front of the sign, so I'm going to just take a handheld sander. This is a Black & Decker, and I'm going to sand the front of it to get the paint off and also to get the wax off the top so that the paint will adhere. I got all the wax and the words sanded off of the sign. There's still some little bits of gray here and there. This was originally made from old barn boards, and that's just some remnant from the finish of the barn boards that was there before. I chose this image from suncatcherstudio.com. It's a free download. I will put the link in the description below. And I'm using the swirls from the bottom of this image, and I'm putting the two things together and doing a little bit of a modification in an image editing program in order to get it to be the right size for my project. If you don't have an image editing program, you can just follow the directions that they have here on how to resize and print images. I'm going to print it on regular paper. So I have printed my pages, and I've cut each page along the edge of the writing so I can tape them all together. So I'm going to use some masking tape to tape the pages together, but I'm not going to tape over the letters. So I'm going to just tape in the whites areas, just to get the pieces of paper stuck together so it'll be easier to center my sign on the board. Now that I have the pages all taped together, my next step is to center my sign on the board and make sure that it is straight also. So I'm going to come up here to the top, and I'm going to use a ruler to make sure that the words are straight. Now I will tape it down. I also want to make sure that it's fairly centered from side to side. And then I'll do the same thing and make sure that the bottom is straight across. And it looks like it's pretty straight. So I will just tape down all around the edges of the paper. When I'm taping down, I want to make sure that I'm leaving enough room that I can lift up and slide my tracing paper under it. I can always lift up the tape though if I need to. So I just have a piece of tracing paper. This is old-fashioned carbon paper, but you can get tracing paper in the art section of the craft stores. So I'm going to slide it underneath. Really the only tricky part is just making sure you know that you have tracing paper under the part that you're tracing. So I will start here on the bottom with this swirl, and since the tracing paper is under it, I'm just going to draw an outline with the pencil around the shape or the letters. And then you'll see it's transfer the design to the board. Now it's easy to tell on the paper here what I have drawn around because I can see the pencil lines. When I think I'm done, I'm also going to lift up without taking all the tape off and look underneath just to make sure that I didn't miss any spots. And this tracing paper does come in different colors. So it comes in white, and in the sewing sections of some stores you can also find it in several other different colors. And that I think it's better to use carbon tracing paper that's the same color as the letters you're going to paint. And then when you finish painting, the outline of the letters will disappear into your painting. If I were to use white paint here with my black carbon paper, it might be hard to cover up the carbon paper lines. I have all of the letters transferred to the sign now, and so the next step is to paint. I'm just going to use some black craft paint, and I've got a nice brush here that's got an angled tip. Now if you wanted to get done a little bit faster, you could use a black Sharpie instead of paint. I like the look of the hand painted signs though. So I'm going to kind of start in the middle and work my way to the side, and then I'll turn it around and start on the other side. So again, I want to try to cover up the pencil lines just so I don't have that ugliness there. I have it completely painted now, and I've let the paint dry overnight. Now I'm going to take a fine grit sanding sponge. This is 220. I'm going to very carefully sand the painted spots. I want to be careful that I don't smear the paint onto the unpainted part, but I just want to give it a more aged appearance and so that it doesn't look like fresh paint. And I'm just going to take a rag and wipe it all down to get all the dust off. Then I'm going to add a coat of wax. I like to use this Johnson's Paste Wax. It will really help to bring out the color of the wood. I have a pair of gloves that I wear when I'm using the wax because I don't want to get it all over my hands. You should use this product outside as it does have an odor to it. I have a rag that I'm just going to dip into the wax and get some on, and then just rub it onto the top of the board. You can see right away what a difference that's going to make in the coloring of the sign. What's great about this method is if I get tired of this verse in a few years, I can sand it off and start all over again. So now I'm going to take a clean rag, just lightly buff the wax. I hope you liked this video. Be sure to click the like button and subscribe below. I'll see you next time. Bye.